Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Friday, June 15th, 2018. We really have one more day of some pretty significant fire potential impacts in the forecast for today, mainly for Nevada and Utah, before things quiet down for the weekend and into the first part of next week. Strong winds with low relative humidities out ahead of a low pressure system moving into the Great Basin is what's creating some of these increased fire weather concerns, as well as some drier thunderstorms moving into south central and eastern Utah today that will become a little bit more wet for Saturday and Sunday. We didn't see too much activity yesterday with just a few very isolated thunderstorms moving into far southeast Utah. Fire activity continues to be somewhat light across the geographic area, with just a few new initial attack fires over southern Idaho and portions of Utah. The ongoing dryness continues over southern Nevada and much of Utah. Here we're looking at the past 30 days worth of precipitation, and really it has been extremely dry across particularly southern and eastern Utah. That is about to change somewhat, however, as this system kind of moves in and we get some tropical moisture moving up into eastern Utah. Current ERC conditions remain the same as we've really been seeing the last few weeks, which is showing those critical conditions over southern and eastern Utah, particularly far southeast Utah, where we're still sitting close to those historical records. Over the next few days, however, we will see these values come back down and back off the 97th percentile as increased cloud cover and higher relative humidities and some scattered showers move into those areas. This morning's satellite imagery shows that area of low pressure kind of moving into the Pacific Northwest there. So we'll bring some cooler temperatures and an increased chance for some showers across the north today. In addition to that feature across the northwest, we're looking at this southerly moisture moving up from the tropics, and this will be the moisture that kicks off some isolated to scattered mix of wet and dry thunderstorms today over eastern Utah. Those storms will become wetter tomorrow and could even pose a potential flash flood threat for eastern Utah on Saturday. Looking at the forecast for this afternoon, we can see the gusty winds in place over particularly southern Nevada and southwest Utah, and then we'll look at the moisture moving into Idaho as well as the southwest U.S., and then also we can see a little bit of that moisture moving into southern and southeast Utah, where we'll see a mix of wet and dry thunderstorms isolated to widely scattered there. High-risk triggers have been issued for the wind across southern Nevada and southwest Utah, and for lightning across the south and southeast. The strongest winds are expected to take place over far southern Nevada and southwest Utah today, out ahead of that area of low pressure moving into the Pacific Northwest and northern Rockies. There's a little band of showers that will be moving through Idaho today. The best chance for those showers will be between Boise and Twin Falls, then moving up into the east central Idaho mountains, where high elevation snow is also possible with this system. Over Utah, storms will definitely be more isolated to widely scattered and limited mainly to central and eastern Utah. On Saturday, the winds will ease up just a bit over the southern Great Basin as that area of low pressure hangs up over the Pacific Northwest, and we will see some deeper moisture move into southeast Utah. There is a potential for some flash flooding in some areas, and we see some of those PSAs go back into the green category. So we definitely expect to see ERCs decreasing by Saturday afternoon across the southeast. We did keep a high-risk trigger for lightning over the Uinta Basin because it will probably be their first day at seeing some lightning activity. Definitely these storms will be a mix of wet and dry there, becoming wetter as the storms continue, but we just wanted to highlight that risk for the first day of storms. Again, winds will be somewhat gusty over southern Nevada and southwest Utah on Saturday. They won't be quite as strong as we're expecting for today, Friday, but they'll still be of some concern there. And as far as the precipitation goes, we're looking at a better chance for some precipitation over the central Idaho mountains, and then of course over southeast Utah, where a little bit of the deeper moisture moves into the state there. On Sunday, the low takes a track further south. That'll bring some moisture into western Nevada. Winds will pick up once again out ahead of that area of low pressure as it drops further south into western Nevada, and we'll see a better chance for showers over Nevada up into Idaho and western Wyoming on Sunday. The 3-day precipitation accumulations are shown on this map. This is really the first time that we're looking at some moisture, some pretty good moisture moving into eastern Utah to bring some relief to the extreme dryness that they've been experiencing there. We'll also see some moisture move into northern and central Nevada during the next few days. That low continues to be a major player in the Great Basin moving into the first part of next week. On Monday, it's kind of going to track across southern Idaho, northern Nevada, bringing better chances for precipitation and cooler temperatures to the northern half of the geographic area. Conditions still remain fairly dry across the far south. That low continues to track east on Tuesday, and we could see some better chance of some precipitation over northern and west central Utah on Tuesday as that low tracks across the geographic area. And it looks like by Wednesday, the low has moved off to the east, taking its moisture with it, and will likely begin to dry out behind that system. Some moisture still lingers across the northern portions of the geographic area on Thursday, with dryness returning to the south. The 7-day totals look pretty similar to the 3-day precipitation totals. We're looking for the bulk of the moisture to be coming in over the next couple days, particularly Saturday and Sunday to the geographic area, but then the first part of next week, some of those showers will continue across the north. The extended forecast for June 22nd through the 28th is calling for above normal temperatures region-wide with the bullseye over the Pacific Northwest, and still looking at this wetter signal across Utah. And this concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.